Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how you can make a simple bodice pattern that you can use for your top blouse, any kind of blouse you want. So you start by marking your shoulder. Once you mark your shoulder, that's your back measurements, your back slash shoulder measurements. Then you mark your bust line. So how did I get my bust line? I divided my bust into four. If your bust is 32, divide it by 4 and mark what it gives you. So I'm just going to make a vertical line from that. So that is my own bust line. This is the method that actually works for me. So once you finish washing, if it's a method that you like and it's simple for you to get, then you can go with it. So I'm trying to like mark the same back measurement just to get a straight line. So marking out a straight line like so. So from this point, I'm going to be marking out my waistline. So I marked out my waistline. So the waistline I used is 15.5. So depending on how tall you are, so that depends. But the highest, the average measurement for your waist is 17. If that person is very tall, just be 17. So right there, I was marking my under bust measurement. So for my under bust, I used 13.5. But in this pattern, I'm not using my own measurement. I'm actually using a miniature measurement, like a smaller measurement, like like trying to like divide my measurements into two. So make sure you are marking out your own measurement in this case. So you understand. So from this point, I'm marking out my hip line. So how do I calculate my hip line? I had 7 inches to my waist, to my half length. If your half length is 15, just add 7 inches to it. That makes it 22. So that is what I used to do. So that's how I get, excuse me, that's how I get my hip line. So I'm trying to mark out my neckline here. So I'm just going to be using the normal average measurement, which is 3 by 3. So I'm marking out 3 also. So I'm just going to make a mark out a straight line and try and curve it out. So just trying to like curve out my neckline like so. So from that point, I'll go down by 1 inch for my shoulder just to have the shoulder slant. See, drafting this bodice is very simple. Very simple. So that is my shoulder slant over there. See that it's coming to life. Yes, it's coming. It's coming out. So after marking out my shoulder line, I'm trying to like curve out my armhole. So just make your ruler like that, and your armhole is ready. See, nothing extra. Just do this, and you will get a flawless bodice pattern, like a very simple bodice pattern. So from here, I'm trying to like mark out my vertical measurements. Your bust divided by 4, your waist divided by 4, your hip divided by 4. Just mark out your own measurement, your actual measurements. Just mark it out like that. So in any tutorial I do, please just make sure you are using your actual measurements. So this is why I'm trying to like repeat this bodice pattern so that we can get to use this as the channel goes on. Like we can always refer back to this particular pattern. Once you have this pattern, just try and copy it in a different pattern paper, so you know that you have like a masterpiece for your patterns. So this will be like a base for your patterns. I'm just trying to like mark out the points I brought out. So just mark it out like that. See, with this you can cut your blouse, you can cut that top you want to start wearing on a jean, and all sorts. So this is just like a simple bodice. Very simple. So here I just want to mark out the dart. So just to measure your nipple to nipple, that's how you get your nipple to nipple measurement. So that's how you get that. So if the nipple to nipple is 8 inches, you divide it by 2 plus by 2, that's 4. So you mark out 4 inch. If it's 7 divided by 2, that's 2.5. So whatever measurement your nipple to nipple measurement is giving you, just mark it out, divide it by 2 and mark it out. And on the side, just measure ½ inch on both sides. Then going up, you measure 5 inch upward. Just note this, from your waistline, after marking out your ½ inch on both sides, you measure 5 inch upward and 6 inches downward. From your waistline, you measure 5 inches upward and 6 inches upward. That is where your dart leg is going to reach. 5 up, 6 inches down. I hope you understand. So 5 up, 6 inches down. Don't mind me, my voice is somehow 6 inches down. So once you do this, you just mark out a straight line that connects both mark together, and from the ½ inch like that, then you connect it to the dart leg. Connect like so. So this is how you connect it to the ½ inch and also to the dart leg, like so. Just follow what I'm doing. Exactly. So with this, you have a bodice with that. Without that, you have a dartless bodice. That is your neckline, your shoulder that, your armhole, and everything is ready. Don't forget, if you don't have your allowance during the pattern, make sure you add it when you're cutting on a fabric. You use the same particular pattern for front and also for back. The only difference you have is there won't be the under bust, and there will also be a zipper allowance depending on the kind of style you're trying to make. So I'm trying to like cut out the back now. So I'm placing the front on the back pattern on another piece of paper that I'm going to be using to cut out the back pattern. So that place is the center front. So the tip that is center front. So I'm just going to take out, some measurement. You can either use 1 to 1.5 for your sewing zip allowance rather. So depending on how you like allowances in your dresses. For me, my allowances is just like ½ inch the inseam, and for the zipper allowance I used mostly 1.5 or 1 inch. So that's just what I use. So I'm just trying to like mark out the zipper allowance using 1.5 inch. So in case you are saying I'm not using a tape measure, so I'm using the ruler as my tape measure, since I'm not using my measurements. Paper is expensive now. Cotton paper is very expensive now. So I'm just trying to like make use with what I have, trying to use a miniature measurement. A miniature means your measurements divided by 2, like your mini self. Like you're making a dress for your mini self. So that's like, divided by 2. So what I did there was to erase, when you fix a zip and there's a bulge at the back, so for you to erase that, so from the waistline, I measured 1.5 all the way from the bust. So when I got to the waistline, I measured only 1 inch. So that was what gave me that curve. It's like shaping the back. So that's more like the back shaping. So I told you that the front and the back is the same. So for the back neck, you just measure the same thing, but the the curve would just be probably like 1 or 2 inches. But then again, depending on the kind of style you're making, you are free to do any kind of neckline you want, either for the front, either for the back. You can do a V-neck, you can do a scoop neck, you can do a round neck, you can do a four corner neck, that's a square neck. You can do whatever neck you want. You can do any kind of neckline you prefer. I hope you understand. So for that, I just came down by 1 inch so that there will be difference between the back and the front. So you understand. But if you're trying to like sew a blouse without a zipper, make sure the front and the back neck is the same so that your neck can easily pass through it. But if there's going to be a zipper, just be creative with whatever it is you're trying to sew. Just be creative. Once you are creative, and you're good to go. So this is me cutting out, you know, and this is the back, and this is the front. So I like, putting names on my patterns. So that's the zipper allowance. And then we have our front, and then we have our back. So please, my lovelies, my sweethearts, this is the pattern we're going to be using in this channel, with the corset, everything. This is what we're going to be using. So don't say I did not tell you beforehand. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate